Hello, I am the Bearded Wanderer and I would like to show you my spawning chambers. Now, on my way to the chambers, I'd like to explain what it is I'm trying to build, the overall design of the world, or island at least for now. And that is, it's going to be like an RPG, a role-playing game, filled with characters and stories within stories, told with books and environments. And the reason that's important to get out now is because of the way I've designed the spawning chambers. Like there's perhaps a purpose for them being there in the first place, a purpose perhaps lost long ago that certain characters may be trying to unearth, that kind of thing. So the overall design theme down here is where ancient meets old meets modern. And if we go through, we'll enter what was the original storage room, where the workers would have stored all the loot gained from the mobs, from the spawners, and it's been fitted into a living quarters for the researchers and scholars who wish to understand the ancient spawners, complete with sleeping areas, a kitchen, artifacts and statues taken from the site for study and cataloguing, run by a fellow who does not yet have a name and his two as yet again nameless apprentices. I've also put different food types in the barrels, and where the storage is there is leftover low level loot, the kind of stuff that you would expect to see in this kind of area. And for the villagers themselves, there is a librarian who is the foremost authority in all things undead, and Smite 5 merchant, which I find quite fitting for the surroundings, and his two clerics that act as scribes or something along those lines, that who are subservient to the librarian, maybe learning and studying the arts in the hope of one day taking the role and responsibilities in the future. And if we just go up into this little room or corridor, this is the more modern storage area for my mob loot. And in here I'm collecting rotten flesh for the clerics. I have string for the fletchers and fishermen. I have spider eyes for the fun of it. Copper. Now copper's very useful for me for the build style of the island. I also have bones, which are very useful, you know, especially for farming dyes. And arrows of slowness, which I do use exclusively with a mending bow, because I am that guy with a mending bow. And now we'll go through to the first of my spawning chambers, and this one is a simple skeleton farm. Now I do like to give credit where the credit's due for the design of the farm, but I just don't know who came up with the design in the first place, as it is an old one. As you can see, it's a water stream that pushes the skeletons into and up a bubble column, and then takes them on a ride through powdered snow that converts them into strays, and then it drops them down a hole into the ending area. Now obviously this is a manual farm, and this is where I get all of my experience and where I come to mend my weapons, my armour and my well, everything. I've spent a lot of time down here actually, like a lot of time. In fact, I wouldn't mind seeing the statistics in this game to see how many strays I've actually put down. And down here is my double spawning room, or cave. As you can see, there is a cave spider spawner and a zombie spawner, both activated from here and both using the trusty old flushing technique. Now, first the zombies. They are pushed by streams again into a bubble column that I can see right through, because I like to see them travelling upwards for some reason. And then they get pushed across and down a hole that has water suspended by cobwebs that keeps them in just long enough for them to convert into drown. And then they fall into my Impaling 5 Trident Crusher, with which I can stand here with my Looting 3 sword and catch all the benefits of the enchantment. Now, I'm going to give credit. I learned this design from Silent Whisperer, and it works wonders. I do have it set up under the spider spawner because I want to get rid of those as quickly as possible, as I've heard they can be quite temperamental and glitch through the walls and things. Something that I am thankful has never happened, because that would cause far too much hassle. I believe having it surrounded by an extra thick wall actually helps with that. And now I'd like to take you behind the scene to the redstone and maintenance area. There is the item elevator that takes the loot from the Trident Crusher and sorts it out into its relevant chests. There is another from the stray area too, with hopper lines that connect. And when items have finished the circuit, anything that I'm not keeping gets dumped into lava, which keeps everything nice, clean and lag free. And there it is, my spawning chambers and a little bit of lore. I hope you liked the video and what I've got going on, and if so, perhaps give it a thumbs up, and the comment section is open if you have any ideas on how I could improve the build, or if you just want somewhere to write your latest screenplay. Please don't forget to subscribe. Take care, people.